puppy. What's up, buddy?
When it comes to behavioral problems with dogs, in this case aggression, most people always start with how or what can I do. But the secret to this is to start with the why. Why is the dog reacting? Why is the dog aggressive? In this example, Ayo is barking his brains out the moment I walk up to the kennel. With a dog that aggressive and stressed out, it's impossible to start any training. I mean, you can't teach a dog to sit or to lay down or to do anything if their state of mind is not there. Notice that I approached the dog, he showed me that reaction, the aggressive reaction. And as soon as I'm out of certain distance, he stops his aggressive behavior. If the dog was truly aggressive, he would have kept on barking and lunging at me regardless of how far away I would be. But because he's showing me that reaction only when I am close to him, that really tells me that he feels uncomfortable with people being close to him. And he doesn't know how to react to that feeling. The moment a dog growls, barks, or shows any kind of aggression, us as humans, it's normal for us to walk away. This is exactly what they want. So there is no reason for the dog to change their demeanor. This is working for them. So before I can do anything with Ayo, I have to change the dog's perspective. I have to get him to stop growling and lunging every time I approach him and to remain calm. So what I did with Ayo was a very simple exercise. The only thing I needed was some food, a clicker, and a dog in a crate. So what is a clicker? What it does is every time I press this button, it gives a little click. So what happens is that the dog is going to associate the noise of the clicker with food, which means it's a reward. Every time I throw some food, the moment he eats it, I press on the clicker. Now it's super important that the moment he takes a bite of the food, you have the clicker. In this example, I did about 30 minutes worth of click and food. And notice that now when I'm pressing the clicker, there's a reaction. And also, as they get better and better, we don't have to use food anymore. We can only use the clicker. And then later on, no clicker. So that way your dog can listen to you because they want to, not because they have to, or because they're being bribed for any treats. So how does this work? So instead of the dog growling or barking or attacking me, what I want him to do is offer something a little more calm. What I'm going to do is I'm going to approach the kennel, and yes, I'm going to see some bad reactions, but notice that I'm just standing there, calm, collected, and notice that after a couple of moments of him growling and he stops. That tells me that he's going, well, that used to work, it's not working. What do I do now? That's the perfect time where I introduce something very simple. And the only thing I'm going to ask him to do is to sit. The moment he sits, I'm going to click, throw some food, and walk away. Earlier on we saw that that was the reason he was being aggressive, because he wanted some distance. So with this drill, we're showing him, hey, you're going to get what you want, which is the distance, but you have to do this instead. Sit and be polite. Now it's super important that when you do this at the beginning, you do not walk away. When the dog starts growling, barking, attacking. If you walk away, the only thing that's happening is we're reinforcing that habit. We want to replace it completely. Now, once he understood what I wanted him to do, it was just a matter of repetition. We spent about 30 minutes doing this. As he got better, what I started to do is shift my angles. So instead of just walking right up in front of him, I was walking around the kennel. Now I do that because most dogs are a little more uncomfortable with people or other animals being behind them. But again, I'm looking for the same reaction. him giving me a calm eye contact and not aggressive. At this point, I don't really mind if he's laying down, as you can see in the video, as long as he's offering me that calm demeanor. That's what I'm looking for. And you see that I am moving all around the kennel, and he's giving me a very soft eye contact. You can even see a little smile there as I gave him some food. Now that we're done with that process, and I felt a little more comfortable that he understood what I wanted him to do and how he's supposed to behave, then I went ahead and approached him and just stayed in front of the kennel. And I opened the kennel and started the same drill, as you can see. Give him some food, click, food, click. Every time I add another layer of intensity, I go back to the click and the food, because what I want him to do is understand that this is the same game, we're just doing a different thing. Once I saw he was still comfortable and he was actually being polite, I started adding touch. Notice that I gave him a little pet on top of the head, and then I gave him the click and the food. Again, I want him to be comfortable with me. I want him to associate me or anybody that approaches him with a positive experience. And this is exactly what's happening right now. He's much more calm, he's much more focused. And this was the end of the lesson. And you can see that now I can open the kennel, I can pet him, I can be close to him, and he's not trying to bite my face off. So this is the beginning of the process. Now that he feels more comfortable with me and he's paying more attention, now I can start the actual obedience training. And you can see in this video that I'm walking with him around. He's a little softer, he's not pulling me off the chain, and he's not trying to bite me. That is the state of mind that you want your dog to be when you start doing the actual obedience portion of the training. If your dog already has behavioral problems, it's not going to help him to teach him obedience because the behavior is still there, and that's just going to affect his performance on every angle. Obviously, this is just the start. We still have a little way to go, but we have made some amazing strides in just one lesson.